like to call the July 24th special voting meeting to order. We're going to start out with a salute to the flag and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, roll call, please.
Dr. Baldino? Mr. Cannon? Ms. Donahue? Mr. Elling?
Present.
Mr. Johnson?
Here.
Mr. Knopf? Ms. Lynch? Here. Mr. Scott?
Here.
Ms. Smith?
Here.
5 members present.
Okay, that's a quorum. All right. So, is there any visitors? Okay. The reason for the special voting meeting is because there needs to be a Liberty Curtain change order. Unsuitable soil was found and we need to rectify that so that way the parking lot can be stable. So I need somebody to make a motion for this.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion.
Why is this once again coming up at the last minute? I mean, here we are, we found out yesterday at 1:45 and here we are having to vote on a huge discussion. Why does this stuff keep coming up last minute?
I'm not sure what you mean by last minute. So as they discovered the issue, Sam was notified and I was notified and I notified the board as soon as we found out, you found out.
They've been up there all summer digging and nobody knew about the wetness up there?
Sam, can you talk to that?
So last Thursday, we were called up and that's when this particular issue was brought to our attention. And they thought it was going to be under the threshold for me to approve. And the more they dig, the more they would dig, the more they would find. So most of the problem we have right now was covered under a massive pile of dirt that came from before they tore down the old building. It was where they were storing all the dirt from, the excavation that happened throughout the last year. And another portion was where they had to cut the bank down to the final grade of where the parking lot is going to be. What we find is that they're off of School Street, that whole bank off of School Street is leaking water into where the parking lot's going to be. And I mean, I have pictures of it to show you if we need to, but it hasn't rained all week. I went up this morning and took pictures and there's standing water laying across there. So the soil that is in place that where the foundation of the building was, the old building, everywhere that old foundation was removed is bad soil. The old building had French drains everywhere around it and was, ran to a suitable drainage area. But now that we've disturbed all of that in that parking area, that foundation was holding the soil stable for the last 50, 60 years. And now that has all been moved and you basically have virgin soil in place, it's pulling water, it's holding it. There's no drainage. To be as transparent as I can be, because I was not here when this was planned. There
It's
was
not your fault.
There was no French drain plan anywhere in the parking lot, around the parking lot. There was no plan to move water that was coming from that hillside area in Blanchard. And right now, as I've been up there multiple times a day for the last few weeks, looking at this, I can stand there and watch the water come out of the bank and lay on the parking lot. So if we do not fix this now and we don't do it right, we're gonna spend money the next 10 years. We're gonna have to dig the Amosite back up and fix it because it's gonna be rutted out from the buses driving on it. And I don't even know if Hills Carnes will certify them to put pavement down until this compaction. Your compaction's got to be met by this proof roll test.
Right.
So the reason that it was last minute is it didn't fail the proof roll until Thursday morning last week. So that's why this
So we
all
knew
seems.
there was a problem over a week ago.
That was a whole different area. That area was already repaired by the concrete remediation or stabilization that they did. This is two separate areas.
Okay.
This is two additional areas. Most of that area where the concrete stabilization was done is good to go. It's passed. They're prepping it for pavement right now. But there is two additional areas in that parking lot that have failed since.
This is where we did that concrete stabilization,
Mhm.
and these are the areas that didn't pass the roll test. So there was a huge hill of dirt here
Right.
that they couldn't really get to roll. And this is the driveway where we had construction equipment, all that sort of thing, until,
Mhm.
like Sam said, last week. So there was no way for us to get into that till last week.
Okay. Cause I was surprised we didn't see any pictures of this or nothing, and I was real curious because I got told by an individual that that area is always wet and it springs up there. And if that's the case, you're gonna have to have people involved. You can't just go digging up springs.
So, part of this money that we're asking to move forward with here is for us to put a French drain system the entire way around the upper portion of the parking lot. So it's to fix the two areas that have failed the proof roll test inside the parking lot. And then it's 425 feet of a French drain that runs across the entire top side, just below School Street. And that would be a typical French drain, 2 foot by 2 foot with 2B stone and a perforated pipe in it.
Back here,
Mhm.
so that we collect all the water that's coming off this hill, we get picked up by that drain, and then we daylight it over here. And then there's a drain system down here that carries it over to our retention pond.
Okay. Where is this water going here?
That water it's sloped down. There's a little collection on this side of what the road will be. Then a culvert that goes over here, and that is, there's drainage that gets it over. We have a big retention pond that's over in this area.
Have the right departments?
Yeah, DEP's been involved with this. They're the permitting source.
Okay. I was
from the very
wondering, are
beginning.
they involved in this too? Because the reason I'm asking, Sam, is, yeah. I wasn't part of this from the beginning, just like you weren't. But I'm gonna be one of the ones that's here dealing with it from now on. I don't want anything coming back up and saying it was done wrong and this was rushed and that was rushed. And I wanna know it's done right. I wanna know we have all the permits in place, so you don't want neighbors suing the school district because we screwed up our water, and we wanna make sure that the right entities are involved, because we're not looking at we gotta fix it right now. We're looking at it, what's it gonna be the next 50 years?
Yeah, so what I know and have seen is there was an NPDES, it's a DEP permit
Yeah,
with the conservation districts involved from Center County. That was in place before the project ever has to, can start. Because they know especially that there's drainage issues there. but you have to have ENS plans and everything else to
Oh,
do
yeah.
construction. And that was all renewed just back in December, January timeframe.
Yeah, but was this phase of it included in the ENS?
It was the
plan?
whole project.
But if we didn't know about this, how can it be there?
I don't know if the contractor called them again about this or not, but we've had geotech engineers on site for the last couple of weeks testing every bit of this.
We need to know that the ENS plan and DEP and all them sign off on the fix. Otherwise, that could be big problems. If they had all their NPDES permits and all that, I know you had to have them for the project.
Right.
But this is something different, something new that's popping up.
And it'll have to
And
be
they're gonna
inspected
have
at the
to
end.
look at an amendment to the permit. And I hate to tell you, that's painstakingly long.
So the permit cannot be closed out until they come back and do the final inspection.
Right.
I just closed the one out from the baseball field from 2017 and 18. I just did that yesterday.
Yes. But
So-
has anybody up there done an addendum to the original permit for all this work?
They haven't done any kind of addendum for any of this. Just the engineers, like I said, the geotech engineer and the civil engineer I worked with yesterday to design the French drain around the parking lot.
So we don't know if DEP and all that is okay with this. Is what you're saying.
I don't know.
Okay.
I know that they will have to inspect it before it can be signed off on.
Well, they have to approve the work that's gonna be done beforehand too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could be in big trouble.
Well, Lobar or the construction team owns this property until construction is over. They are 100% liable for all of this to get approved and inspected before it's turned back over to us. So right now, we don't have control of that site. We have to pay to make things right, but at the end, they're responsible for getting that occupancy permit and getting it turned over to us. If we don't get that, they don't get their money.
Okay, well, what happens? They put all this in, you get your permit, and then somebody files a complaint down the road. And DEP comes in and says, where's your authorization to do all this extra work?
DEP is gonna have to sign off on it anyways.
To get our occupancy.
Yeah, they have to.
All right, just. I'm, go ahead, Roger.
If I may, I don't want to discount your questions. I think those are important things for us to look at.
Yeah, very good.
We're going to follow up with Lobar, absolutely, and say, you can't deliver this to us unless we know that DEP is signing off on the fix that they're proposing.
Mm-hmm. But they're not gonna get DEP to sign off it in a matter of a couple days.
I don't know if they can or can't. I get what you're saying. I know it's difficult, but I've seen them turn things pretty quick.
Yeah, and I know the situation that we're in right now. If we don't start putting pavement on the ground by the end of next week, we're probably not gonna start school on time up there.
Well, that's not our fault.
No, but it is a concern.
I understand, it's a valid concern. But my concern would more be to make sure it's done right.
Right, but I don't think these things are exclusive, right? So if you give us the go-ahead to move forward with the work, we will at the same time go forward with getting DEP to buy off or make sure the plan is appropriate. So we do those things simultaneously.
All right. Okay. Any other comments? All right. Can I get a roll call vote, please? Oh, and I'd like it to be known that Polly is now here.
What's the motion?
The motion is to approve the change order as described in the agenda.
Okay. Approve funding not to exceed $200,000 for additional soil remediation at Liberty Curtin Elementary. Additional remediation is required outside of the area that was previously approved for cement stabilization. That is the motion. Okay, roll call vote, please.
Dr. Baldino? Mr. Cannon? Ms. Donahue?
Yes.
Mr. Elling?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
yes,
Mr. Knopf? Ms. Lynch?
No.
Mr. Scott?
Until we have permission from DEP, no. We have to have the records right first.
Ms. Smith?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 yeses and 2 nos.
All right, motion passes. Can I get a motion for adjournment?
Can I ask a question quick?
Absolutely.
Okay, the group has passed this. What happens now if DEP says no? Or DEP wants different plans and different drawings and everything else?
Then we'll pursue that as quickly as possible, but now we have the ability to move forward with changes.
Okay, cause I don't agree with making a motion on stuff that we don't even know if we can go ahead, that's all. So I wanna know what we're gonna do if it fails. Because you're digging up springs and stuff up there, that can get really, really hairy. Seriously hairy. Because you have, what are you gonna do if you disturb a spring that somebody's house is running off of? And all of a sudden you're putting mud in their house.
Yeah, it's all city water up there.
It is? Okay.
City water, city sewer, ran by Beach Creek, Sewer and Water Authority. But
Well, I'd feel much comfortable on it if we knew ahead of time the DEP was okay with this before we say go ahead. That's the right way to do it. So, that's it.
May I
All
say-
right, go ahead, Elizabeth.
Thank you. I wish we would have had a plan B. Thank you.
okay.
All right, with that,
Happy vacation.
yes, meeting adjourned.